Hey ho folks, what's up? This is Macro and today we're playing Satisfactory again. In between episodes I did a few things, as always you might say. Probably the most important, is it the most important? I don't know, but I fixed our iron factory here, and you might ask, Macro, what was wrong with the factory? It was planned perfectly from the beginning, wasn't it? And I gotta say, yeah, kind of. But we had a huge problem with, I think, this iron input coming from, down below that platform. And the problem was that there was a little piece of Mark I belt still on that belt line, which obviously caused the whole input to back up, right? So I replaced that with Mark III, and there was another thing inside the factory. Actually, I don't really remember. Yeah, I can tell. I think I also replaced some of the belts above by Mark III right now. So now this factory should run on 100%. Or maybe it's still not completely balanced out, but when it is balanced out, it will run at 100%, I guess. So we should be fine here. And by the way, I realized that because we were hardly producing any of the frames here, right? As you can see, we only have 91 available here in our storage, but that should change pretty soon. Or, I mean, we don't produce that many of those frames at all, so maybe it's not that huge of a difference, but you know, we want the factory to run on 100%. Also, let me grab a power pole real quick. I slightly increased our power storage capacity up to 16 gigawatts now. So basically, let me show you that real quick. Basically, I filled the whole thing here with energy power storages, right? I mean, I think we could fit in one last double row back here, since it's only like 1.5. Yeah, we could fit another one here. But I guess with 16 gigawatts, we should be fine for quite some time. Yeah, so another thing you might have noticed already on the right-hand side, I put a few more things on our to-do list. When I looked through the MAM, I realized that there are quite a few things left to unlock, which we should also do. One of them was like inventory capacity somewhere. I don't exactly remember where it was. Oh. All right. And I said, oh, because we need DNA capsules here, and currently we burn them all, basically. Maybe we should craft some of them manually then. Where was it? No. No. That was only the processor. No. Well. Yeah, I don't know. I thought one of the unlocks would give us a few more inventory slots, but maybe it was even Ah, maybe it was this one. Yeah. That might be the case. All right. So that's another thing. Yeah, and the next thing, also related to our to-do list, explore hard drives. I did that, and I had to go ahead and do a little bit of exploration, find more crash sites, find more hard drives, because all the hard drives we had available last episode didn't give me the steel wire. But I found two more. One of those things we already discovered. I think it was down here. We needed, I don't know, 20 plastics or something, and we found plastics on other crash sites, so I could do that. And another one was, I think, up here. Yeah. And I also unlocked that one, and believe it or not, the last one finally gave us the iron wire. So now we should be good to go when it comes to our motor factory. Let me real quick remove those two things from the list here. Nice. Yeah, exploration. Obviously, I discovered a few more parts of the map, including, where is it? Down here. There's a weird little cave, which I had to use the nobelisks for opening the entrance, basically. And yeah, I stumbled upon the bigger versions of those spider thingies. What are they called, actually? Stingers, I think? Yeah. Yeah. So that's being done, and you can already see back here, I placed a miner finally on the SAM spot back here and brought and overclocked it to the maximum, so now it gives us 150 SAM per minute. And I brought it all here, and that's mainly because of the MAM unlocks. I put down a little production line here for reanimated SAM, because I don't think that we need SAM for something else. SAM ore, basically. And yeah, maybe this is a little overkill here. Let's remove those two containers and just leave it as this, because I don't think that we need that much, at least for unlocking stuff and so on, right? And it's still a bit new to me, because you, as far as I understood it, you can use the SAM ore or the reanimated SAM or whatever the next product is to convert resources into one another, and we may want to use this for other factories in the future. So maybe it's even not worth filling a whole container with that. But for now, we just let this thing run, I guess. It's not taking that much energy, power, so why not, right? All right, and another thing which I already did in preparation of our motor factory is bringing the iron ore to our factory site over there, basically, right? Let me show you that real quick. And then we'll have a look at the factory plan together. And I guess, and I hope, let's say, that we have everything we need. Yeah, you can see up there, there's the iron line, and it should be, I think we needed 200 255 point something, and I just overclocked the miner over there to 256. So we should be fine. All right, let's have a look at our plan here. As always, it reset the layout down here, but that's fine, I guess. So yeah, that's the 255 point something iron ore, which we already have. And now we only need 100 coal, and then we could start. So first thing we want to do maybe is care about that 100 coal. So let's see how coal is currently distributed here. I know we already checked that, I think last episode or something, but don't expect me to still remember that. So, okay, we can get another 80 here. But we would need more of the shards. All right, we could get another 80 here. And I think it was the same over here, right? Yeah. So I guess that's gonna be a little bit awkward because I don't know. Can we? I'm just thinking how we would be able to split off exactly 80, right? Exactly 50 each, maybe, to get 100 overall. We could do this approximately using Mark 1 belts, which would be 60 then. I'm not sure. How is your production? Why is it only 76%, by the way? Should be 100%. It's only 91%. Let me have a quick look in our steel factory, into our steel factory here. Are there any here? Are basically, to check whether your factory is running at 100%, you should check for those lights here. These should all be green, like this one. This one is at 100%. This one isn't. And that's because, I guess, the copper backed up, the copper ingots. Yeah, like that. So that means that we're not using all of the copper ingots, which shouldn't be the case since we planned it that way that they should all be used, right? Okay, that's weird. Also another yellow light here, which means we don't use all the steel pipes apparently. Also weird. What about our smelters back here? I mean, that's the copper smelters, right? Is it? No, that's iron. And also here we're not using all the iron ingots. Okay, let's check the next floor then. Yeah, so this is basically how you, let's say, bug fix your factories, right? So a lot of yellow lights here, so same goes for the wire. We don't use all the wire apparently. Wire is backing up here. Okay, and okay, that's the same line. This line seems to be fine. can't see any backup here. But there are still yellow lights here. Oh! Because you don't get enough copper. Whoa. Alright. Okay. So this copper line isn't used at 100%. That's interesting. This one over here. However, yeah. MK1, MK1, MK1. That's not right, is it? I guess it should be MK3. Yeah. Okay, so there's one problem, and that might be the only problem actually, because, you know, if you don't provide enough copper to all the production steps that follow, then that also slows down everything else, and everything else may back up, right? So this might already have fixed our problem here. So now, can I make it? Yeah. Now, oopsie. No. Now this should be kind of balancing out. It looks way better to me. Yeah, now it depends on how long it takes for all the copper ingots to kind of fill up in the first few machines here until they fully reach the remaining machines, right? The usual manifold problem, quote unquote. All right, cool. Let's leave it as that and hope that this was the only problem we had. All right. So now, hopefully the coal miner efficiency will go up here. Only time will tell, I guess. All right, so we definitely need more shards. No problem. And then we need a way to overclock them. To overclock them? No, to split them. So, as I said, that's 80 per, which we don't need. We only need 100, I know, but how can we do that? 60, I mean, we could split off 60, right? And 60 is 10 too much, so we could try to remerge 10, or we could just say, screw it, maybe just overclock by 10 more and use 60 instead of 50. So use 120 overall instead of 100, and this will back up at some point and will balance out, and then they won't run at 100%. I mean, we could also say we just split off 60 and, you know, just overclock them to what it would be 240 then, right? 240 each? Yeah. So the motor factory will be supplied with more coal than needed, but also this will back up at some point and balance out. Maybe that should be what we are doing, right? Yeah, I guess that's the better strategy. It will affect our steel factory for some time because it gets less coal than it actually needs. But to me, it's more important that the miner will run at 100% at some point then. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be our strategy. Okay, let's quickly head back to base and do and see what we can unlock in the MAM and grab a few shards. Maybe I should keep some shards always in my inventory, right? That would be a good idea. Ah, yeah, by the way, also I removed the small power line, let's say, up to our coal power generators and pulled a new line this way. So also this power line, which once went up this way, is no more. Nice, I would say. Much cleaner now. And there are probably a few things that I also did and that I just forgot about. I guess as soon as we stumble upon them, we'll see. And if not, well, you know, we don't, I guess. Okay, give me a few slugs. We need to craft more shards. Let's make, I don't know, like 20 maybe? Yeah, and then we'll have a look at the MAM. Yeah, and by the way, now that I see it in the upper right corner, I already filled up our versatile frameworks to 2.5K, and now we're done with that. All right. Let's see. Capsules. All right, what did we need for the capsules? I think the protein, right? Yeah, and we have protein in that container back there. So let's see how much or how many of the capsules do we need? 10 here and 5 there. That's 15 and it's 1 to 1. So we need 15 protein. Let's grab that real quick and craft those. 4 more, like that. Thank you. Capsules. Nice, and then we should be able to finish one complete research tree, right? I think it was the only 2 items left there. Let's see. A megafauna. Oh. Oh. All right. So we cannot do that. But we can do that. At least one thing. Okay, let's do that. And let's put away the capsules for now, the remaining ones. All right, so
Tool belt expanded. No alien organisms were harmed during the creation of this tool belt.
okay, good to know. By the way, I also crafted myself a object scanner, actually, because I hoped to find more crash sites with it, but as you can see now it's tuned to Mercersphere. Whoopsie. How do you do that? Oh, cool. Yeah, so here you can see everything we can scan for. Really? How about, power slugs are here. Okay, so yeah, there are no crash sites to scan for, unfortunately. I don't know if that's gonna be another unlock here. I would say it should be. because how else would you find all those crash sites, right? In my earlier playthrough, I used an online map, but that's actually feels kind of like cheating, so we won't do that. And I promise you, I didn't do that in between episodes, of course. So let's hope that we unlock that at some point. So let's see. We can do that by using 10 of the fluctuators we're producing over there, 11 more here, 100 more here, 100 more here. But we can't really do anything here. 50 computers. Do we have 50 computers? 31 only. Okay. So no computers. So we need 10. We need 21. Nothing here and nothing here, I guess. Circuit board. Yeah, only 21 for now. 21 and a Mercer sphere. Okay, let's grab 21 of those. I already forgot what they're called. Nope, don't get stuck on the railing here, please. $19, $20, $21, and they are called Reanimated Sam. Yeah, Reanimated Sam, of course. All right. So, alien technology, dimensional depot. Oh, we need the Mercer sphere. Where is it? Here? No, here? Yeah. Only one, please. Thank you. And now we can do it. No? Oh, no. That's Sam Fluctuator. Oh, yeah. I see. I see. Yeah, and the same goes for the other thing here, right? Yeah. Okay, Sam Fluctuators. What do they need? I know we already saw that. Okay, a lot of reanimated Sam. So, let's grab a bit more then. So now I gotta say it's good that I produce them in large amounts. Would be a shame if I would have to, you know, convert all the SAM ore into reanimated SAM and so on and so forth. So now we at least have those available. So we need 21, right? Can we make 21? Yeah. So that's 11, 12, 18. There we go. All right. So now we should be able to do that. All right, dimensional depot.
Dimensional depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another. Once parts are fed into the dimensional depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We see through the window. It is pathetic. Consume more blood. The glass will not shatter, the metal will not bend, the wood will not splinter. Weave.
Yeah, by the way, I picked up a few more Mercer spheres and summer sloops. And there was a bit of conversation going on between Ada and this mysterious voice. And yeah, basically the mysterious voice speaks those mysterious words, and Ada has a hard time understanding what's going on. That might be the summary of it all, I guess. So, interdimensional depot, huh? What exactly is that, and where can I... Oh. It's used to upload resources to a dimensional storage deposit. Sounds like a deposit where I can access it from everywhere. It's set in the build gun and as if they were in the Pioneer inventory and crafting stations. Yeah, we should try that. That sounds very interesting, and it's obviously new to me, right? Ooh, what's that? Oh, what? Expansion, expansion, expansion. All right, so it only has a limited limited capacity, obviously. Stack increase 1. Okay. And that's the speed, basically. Okay. Enables uploading from inventory. Okay. So I guess... Yeah, there's a slot for a bell to be connected. So I guess you can use it to teleport resources from the whole map to somewhere else? I'm not really sure. We have to test that out. All right. There was another thing over here, which doesn't do anything, obviously, except for unlocking those nodes down here. Okay. We can't do anything here, and we
Potential
can't
for
do anything
harnessing
here.
alien energy completed. FICSIT has identified 2 development tracks requiring additional research to integrate Summersloops safely and efficiently into FICSIT technology.
The loop organ contains scripture, contains instruments to compose symphonies of root and rot and recycling. Shrines to evolution and revolution.
I see. It seems we truly are building understanding.
Yeah, basically something like that, right? That's what I meant. All right. Zipline, why not? Give me that. Stun rebar.
Zipline
Yeah,
unlocked.
okay.
When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power lines, regardless of whether the line is powered. Note: based on previous Pioneer events, FICSIT recommends not using ziplines during thunderstorms and typhoons, or while drinking coffee.
All right.
Stun rebar ammo unlocked. This applies a moderate electric charge to the target, capable of stunning small creatures and moderately delaying larger ones. This is quite atomically exciting.
Atomically.
That was a physics joke.
I got it. I got it. Good stuff. Okay, toxic cellular modification for the gas novelist. Not really something I want to use, but as a completionist, you know, we actually want to unlock everything here. Is that regular coal? Yeah, so that should be doable. Okay, let's grab 100 mycelia and 200 biomass. And let's grab some biomass from over here. Oh god, I think it's gonna be a pure unlock episode again. How much was it? Dear god. 168. I think it was 200, right? Give me exactly that. Okay, cool. Let me out. And I think it was 100 mycelia then, right? Let's check that again. Yeah, good. Give me that. Celia. There we go. We don't have polymer
Gas
resin
Nobelisk unlocked.
available yet,
Chase away
so
creatures with a damaging cloud of gas. Note: also harms unwary pioneers. Not for recreational use.
all right. So nutritional processor. Okay. And then the inhaler.
Research
another
shows
inhaler,
potential
let's
for
see.
processing planetary
2, 4,
nutrients
10.
for pioneer benefit. Nutritional inhaler research available.
That's 2. That's... Whoops. What did I do? Nothing? All right. That's 4. And that's 10. I hope I didn't mix it up. Good. All right. So we completed this tree then. Hey, that was an achievement.
Nutritional inhaler
Good.
recipe unlocked. Using this inhaler will restore health and also gives your skin a radiant glow that is connected to well-being and probably not radioactivity.
All right. Yeah, another thing. The Explorer. That's something I would like to unlock for further exploration tours. Because at some point it gets kind of annoying if you have to do it all by foot. Even though we already have the jetpack available and stuff like that, right? But I want to unlock that one, actually. So let's see. Can we get the crystal oscillator? 100 quartz crystals. I don't think we have a... Ooh. Ooh. We're not too far off. Wait a second. We have a lot of circuit boards here, and actually we have stages here which we don't need in that chest anymore. Let me drop those off real quick here. So all these stacks down here. Goodbye. Let me grab 11 more crystals. Yeah, give me that. And then we need to craft the quartz oscillators, for which we actually are going to need an actual factory at some point. So maybe we do that first then. All right, crystal oscillators. There we go. And then we need 10 of those.
Research completed. Crystal oscillator recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
Where is it? Here. It takes 36 of those. But it gives us 2 at least, so we need five times this. Yeah, maybe I'm going to prepare that in between episodes, right? I don't want you to endure me crafting all those oscillators. And by the way, look what we have here. Our first actual quartz nodes, right? So infinite supply, let's say, of quartz. All right, so then at least let's prepare our coal miners over there at our factory site, so that we can start building our motor factory finally and get a few more unlocks on the way. Milestones, that is. So we're just overclocking them to the right amount of coal, right? 50 more for each of the miners. And we're splitting off with a Mark 1 belt then. All right. Put in one more. Give me 240. Only need one. Good. Same here. Don't tell me I didn't need them. All right. I'm sorry, guys. Well, don't know how that could happen, but you know, it is what it is. All right. Give me a little scaffolding here, I guess. Like that. Give me a letter. All right. Oh no, that's not centered. Oh, that drives me mad. Do I care? I don't know. If I could at least align it to the lift output here, that would be great, but I can't. How does that look? I guess we are going to live with that. Okay. All right. Okay, so one of the outputs will be our 60 per minute output then. Not really sure which one. Let's see about that. Let's do the same for this guy, maybe up here. Which still kind of not work. Doesn't work. I know. All right. So where are we here? We are at this lane, and maybe let's do it like that. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Throw away all the coal that we accidentally picked up. And that's gonna be our next Mark 1 line then. Okay, last thing we are going to do is check out where we actually place our factory building then. Let me climb up here real quick. How about up here? Wouldn't that be something? Like this, no? Or like this then? Yeah, that looks good to me. And about that? Oh, look at us. Oh no, it's not the same height. Oh no. So maybe we want to start off of these here. Maybe not. We could also do something like no. Yeah, like this. That's 1 meter? No, I want to have 2 meters here. And I guess that's fine, right? Yeah. Yeah. And now we're not covering those here. So maybe when we... Yeah, let's start off of this one here, right? I think that's better, and then over there it doesn't really matter if it's 1 meter off or not, or 2 meters, I think it was, right? So remove all of that. And start zooming, of course, from over here. There we go. Like that. Right? Yeah, good. Okay. Let me go ahead and prepare the whole construction site here in between episodes so that we can start building the actual factory right away in the next episode. Wouldn't that be something? I guess so, right? Yeah, and I also will go ahead and already bring the iron and the coal lines from below up here or down here in case of the iron, so that we don't have to deal with that anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, appreciate it, and I hope to see you around next time as well, when we are going to start our motor factory finally, right? So, hope to see you next time, and until then, bye-bye.